138.61 billion naira agreement signed by the federal government and the Aft Trade DMCC for the establishment of a tractor assembly plant in Nigeria. The House arrived at the resolution today following the adoption of a motion at plenary sponsored by the member representing Edu Moro PT Federal Constituency, Kwara State, Mr. Saba Adam. Recall that shortly after his inauguration into office, President Bola Tinubu declared a state of emergency on food security and identified agricultural mechanization as a key component of boosting food production nationwide. Still with the lower chambers of the National Assembly, the House of Representatives has resolved to invite the Chief of Defense Staff and Chief of Army Staff and the Commanding Officer of the 177 Battalion over an alleged unlawful arrest and detention of a community leader in Nasarawa State. Honorable Mansur Soro, who moved the motion during plenary today, explained that on December 9th, 2024, the community leader Belu Badejo was arrested in Maliya Town, Nasarawa State, by officers of the 177 Battalion of the Nigerian Army with no prior invitation or court injunction. It further stated that 1 week after Badejo is yet to be arraigned, which signifies an unlawful act by the Nigerian Army and a violation of the fundamental human right as provided by Section 34, 35 and 36 of the 1999 Nigerian Constitution as amended. Away from the National Assembly, the Association of Local Governments of Nigeria, ALGON, has noted that over 30 states have conducted elections for local government. For the association's commitment to strengthening local governance in Nigeria, ALGON expressed its gratitude to President Bola Tinubu for his unwavering support in empowering local governments to fulfill their constitutional mandate. The judiciary was also commended for its role in establishing a viable local government system that aligns with the popular will of the masses. The National Youth Service Corps (NYSC) has called on all corps members across the country to always add value to their host communities through impactful community development projects. The NYSC Director General Yusau Ahmed stated this in Bauchi today during the closing ceremony of the 2024 Batch C Stream 1 orientation exercise at the state's permanent orientation camp, Wailu, in Ganjuwa local government area. The DG was represented by the Bauchi State Coordinator of NYSC, Rafkatu Yakubu, also urged all the corps members to do their best in obeying the rules governing their host communities and learn to appreciate their customs and culture. He commended the patriotism, loyalty and patience, perseverance, understanding and good conduct of the corps members during the 3-week orientation course. And now in Ekiti State, the state governor, Mr. Abiodun Oyebanji, on Monday told workers in the state to thank President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for enabling the state to pay the new minimum wage to its workforce. The governor stated this when hundreds of civil servants stormed his office in Ado-Ekiti, dancing and singing in appreciation of payment of the new minimum wage as reflected in their December salary, which was paid same day. Governor Ibanji said the minimum wage was made possible because of President Tinubu's reform, which ceded more funds to the state.
He's a leader that knows what is best for his citizens. Next time you give him an assignment, then what you give him is not a smooth job. You give him a very tough assignment. In spite of the toughness of the assignment you gave him, the president is tougher than the assignment.
Governor Ibanji also hinted on the possibility of increasing the minimum wage once the state gets more resources. The executive chairman of Ekiti State Universal Basic Education Board, SUBEB, Professor Femi Akinwumi, has debunked rumors making rounds in social media that the board is owing contractors engaged in the UBEC-SUBEB project for years 2020, 2021, 2022 interventions. Professor Akinwumi gave the information in Ado-Ekiti while reacting to an online allegations of unpaid contract by one elder Ajibade Olufemi. He said the board had since balanced the payment of contractors over the UBEC Suburb intervention projects executed within the period and described such allegations as unnecessary imagination of mischievous political elements who were on a fruitless mission to destroy the legacies of the present administration. Now, a public affairs analyst, Mr. Gabriel Abiodun, has applauded the Ekiti State government for the approval granted to kickstart the Agro-Allied International Cargo Airport in the state, but questioned the time it was implemented. Speaking today on Adamimogo FM's Current Affairs show, The Follow-Up, Abiodun explained that the airport may not be effective at this time, stating that the state has not gotten to the stage where it can export produce to other countries.
This cargo airport that you're talking about, my dear brother, I will now ask you, which company do we have in Ekiti that we employ not at least 100 staff in Ekiti that can employ? And you are now bringing about a cargo airport to Ekiti State that is of no value to me. Because what is value to me is what will bring food on my own table and the table of others, so that the issues of Ekiti State or the people around the globe will not be a concern issue. What investor, before you come about any invention in Ekiti State, what do you have in place first?
He further explained that the state government should focus more on developing the lives of its citizens by industrializing the state to enhance human capital development, availing free education and quality health care services.
Bringing people who invest here in Ekiti State here. We have captain of industries. We have people who can actually invest here and then bring to bear what Ekiti people actually need. Exports of our agri-produce. We can do this without the cargo airline that we want to bring in Ekiti State. Our farm produce just bring buyers from news and cranny. There is one place they call the Owena Center in Ondo State. Before Obafemi Awolowo will be able to do his own internationally, before he built that cocoa house that is still existing till today, at least if you can have our trade center in Ekiti State where you can bring your produce. And I think I gave Mr. Governor a concept last time that there is a particular project that has been abandoned during the time of Shegun Oni, that he can take advantage of that sailors. At least you can bring your produce.
The public affairs analyst was speaking on the President's Free Trade Initiative, described it as a misplaced priority and a laughable development, stating that it will only be beneficial to few Nigerians who live within areas with a train route. He, however, revealed that the president cautioning the cost of petrol prices to benefit the whole of Nigeria would have been better. As Christian faithful all over the world look forward to Christmas celebrations, Nigerians have raised alarm over the high cost of food items for celebration. This is as they called on appropriate authorities to implement people-friendly policies, especially during the Yuletide period. Adamimogo FM's Surulere Ayomide, who spoke with some residents in Edo Metropolis, brings us a detail of that development.
It's 8 days to Christmas, and the buying patterns of Nigerians have changed amidst the high cost of goods, rising inflation, and among other issues. Christmas is a season where many go out to get gifts for families and friends, but for residents in Edo Ekiti, the prices of food have surged beyond the reach of many, especially the very less privileged. In the Ojaoba markets in Edo Ekiti, Mrs. Oladili and Angela Zuaka, who are traders, complained of low sales and low profits, which makes it difficult for them to make their expected returns.
Let me say, I bought this spaghetti now. The last time I bought it was 22,500. Then going to the market again, it's now 23,500. You know, I would need to have extra cash to it. So the gain I even had on the other one is what I used to complete it to be able to get more. So that's it.
You know, below that sílẹ̀. Torí tí o bá fi lówó epo, nǹkan ò ní wọ́n. Epo, mọ́tò kò ní jẹ́ kí nǹkan wọ́n. Ẹ tó lọ sóko nísìnyí tó rí ata lóko. Tó bá tà á fi rárá yìí. A kàn sọ pé wọ́n sọ pé Tinubu ló fa gbogbo ẹ̀ náà.
With food prices rising so high, a consumer, Adelaja Adejola, have decided to prioritize basic necessities.
People are not able to relate it the way we are expecting. So people are not happy because of, by this time, you're supposed to see people selling chicken, selling all those things, but you cannot see. You can even mere glasses. I wanted to buy all those that children like glasses. I wanted to buy for them. Now you can't see it. But before this time, we see people displaying all those things, showing that we are in Christmas period. I'm not limiting this one to myself alone. Everybody has used, even when we don't have the money, we will cut your expenses. Nobody will teach you before you know that you need to cut your expenses because of the situation.
As against the narrative that youth tide often contributes to food inflation, the Ido residents expressed disbelief, lamenting no difference in either youth tide or in normal period. They called on government at all levels to come up with ideas that will better the lives of the Nigerian people.
They should do something about it because most of the workers today will complain that okay, for them to go from their homes to their working place, the price of the transport fee and also coming to the market to buy something, some of them will be complaining about their salary, and the salary they earn is not enough for them to get something for themselves and their children.
As Nigerians continue to grapple with the nation's economic realities, it is hoped that the memories of Christmas celebration will bring a relief to the hardships plaguing the country. Ayomide Surulere reporting for Adamimogo FM.
Yes, so listen to News Express on Adamimogo 107.7 FM. Ido Ekiti. Coming up next, business, foreign, entertainment, and sport news. Please stay with us.
Here with us again. Oh yes, Adamimogo 107.7 FM Ido Ekiti is using this medium to inform and invite children, parents, heads of nursery, primary and secondary schools, churches and individuals wishing to sponsor children and be a part of our 2024 Father Christmas show beginning from 2nd to 24th December 2024. Come and let's revel in the season of love and giving. It promises to be fun-filled. Our Father Christmas will arrive from Rome and be seated at his grotto in our station to receive children, dance and play with them. There are lots of take-home goodies and gifts from Father Christmas, as well as toys and play gadgets to make children's visit interesting, long-lasting, and memorable. For further inquiries, please contact Desmond Olaoluwa on 0806 511 4430 or Bayo Babalola on 0803 562 5812. Adamimogo 107.7 FM Ido Ekiti 2024 Father Christmas show promises to be exciting. Be a part of it.
Welcome back and thanks for joining us again. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook via Adamimogo 107.7 FM Ido Ekiti. For happenings around you or news inquiries, please contact the newsroom on 0811-801-8242. Now to the rest of the news. On business news this evening, World Bank plans $1.65 billion loans for Nigeria next year. Ayomide Surulere again as the story.
Good evening and welcome to Business Updates. The World Bank is set to decide on 3 major loan projects for Nigeria in 2025, totaling $1.65 billion as part of efforts to address critical developmental challenges in the country. The loans currently in the pipeline will focus on internally displaced persons, education and nutrition enhancements. According to information obtained from the World Bank's website, the loans are designed to support Nigeria's social and economic recovery, particularly in vulnerable sectors requiring urgent intervention. The first project, titled Solutions for the Internal Displaced and Host Communities Project, has a commitment amount of $300 million and is scheduled for approval on April 8, 2025. Still on business updates, a strategic decision to secure a $1 billion loan backed by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited crude was instrumental in supporting the Dangote refinery during liquidity challenges, paving the way for the establishment of Nigeria's first private refinery. This was made known by the Chief Corporate Communications Officer of the national oil firm, Femi Soneye, while speaking at an energy relations stakeholder engagement in Abuja. According to him, the initiative underscores NNPCL's dedication to fostering public-private partnerships that drive national development. Soneye said under the visionary leader of Meli Kyari, NNPC Limited has achieved groundbreaking milestones redefining the trajectory of Nigeria's oil and gas sector. He further explained that the NNPCL has also championed the adoption of compressed natural gas CNG as an alternative energy source, offering Nigerians a cleaner and more cost-effective solution amidst rising global energy costs. And that's all on business updates. My name is Ayomide Surulere.
On the foreign scene, multiple airlines suspend flights to quake-struck Vanuatu. Let's join Kehinde Ayodeji, who has the story.
A United States judge has rejected a claim by Donald Trump's lawyer that the president-elect's hush money conviction should be thrown out because the Supreme Court has ruled that former presidents are immune from prosecution. New York Judge Juan Merchan said the U.S. Supreme Court's decision granting immunity for official acts did not apply to testimony at Trump's trial, which related entirely to unofficial conduct entitled to no immunity protections. Merchan's ruling is the latest development in the long-running case against the president-elect, in which sentencing is still pending. Recall in May, a New York City jury found Trump guilty on all 34 felony counts of falsifying business documents in relation to a payment of $130,000 made to adult film actress Stormy Daniels in the run-up to 2016 presidential election. Still on foreign news, Australian and regional airlines have been cancelled and flight diverted to Vanuatu after powerful earthquake flattened buildings, triggered landslide, and pulled down bridges in the Pacific archipelago's capital. Qantas, who told passengers on its website, says it diverted a Port Vila-bound flight from Brisbane in Eastern Australia today, sending it instead to the New Caledonia capital, Noumea, and then back home to Brisbane. Jetstar, a budget airline subsidiary of Qantas, said it cancelled a Sydney Port Vila return flight for Wednesday, citing reports of possible damage to try the airport's infrastructure. And that's all on foreign news today. Kehinde Ayodeji is my name.
On entertainment news, Bukumi Oluwaseun addresses envy, rivalry among female actresses. Let's join Success Ariola for the story.
Good evening and welcome to Entertainment News. Actress Bukumi Oluwaseun has addressed the toxic culture of envy, rivalry, and alleged competition among female colleagues in the film industry. In a recent Instagram post, she highlighted the supportive bonding she has witnessed among male actors, contrasting it with the negative behaviors often seen among women in the industry. Bukumi expressed a commitment to promoting love and joy rather than contributing to a toxic environment. She reaffirmed her dedication to maintaining a peaceful and loving attitude, refusing to engage in petty rivalries or hatred. Still on showbiz world, popular Nollywood stars Funke Akindele and Faithia Williams have unfollowed each other on Instagram. Faithia Williams and Funke Akindele were known as close colleagues who occasionally supported each other's crafts. It was gathered that the rift started after Faithia failed to show up at Akindele's recent movie premiere, but attended that of Mercy Aigbe. The development seemed like Faithia refused to turn up at a movie premiere to pay Funke Akindele back for shunning her father's burial, despite inviting her. In reaction to the development, Akindele unfollowed her on Instagram. A check by New Men revealed that the duo were no longer following one another. And that's all on the entertainment news. My name is Success Areola.
In the world of sports, Manchester United renew Osimhen's interest. Joel Ogbue is standing by.
Good evening and welcome to Sports Updates. English Premier League giants Manchester United have made a fresh approach for Super Eagles striker Victor Osimhen as they seek a replacement for struggling Marcus Rashford and Joshua Zirkzee. The 25-year-old, who is currently on loan at Galatasaray from Napoli, has been glittering in Turkey, netting 10 goals and providing 5 assists in 13 appearances across all competitions. However, Juventus appear to be leading the race for his signature as they look to replace Dusan Vlahovic, with sources indicating the Serie A giants could be Osimhen following his previous success in Italy. The striker's situation is further complicated by his €75 million release signature with Napoli director Giovanni Manna, who recently dismissed speculation about a January move. Still on Sport Update, President Bola Tinubu has celebrated Super Eagles winger Ademola Lookman on winning the 2024 CAF Men's African Footballer of the Year. In a statement by presidential spokesman Bayo Onanoga, the president also hailed Super Falcons goalkeeper Chiamaka Nnadozie for clinching the CAF's Women's Goalkeeper of the Year award and the Super Falcons for being named the Women's National Team of the Year. The awards were announced Monday night at the Palais de Congrès in Marrakesh, Morocco. That is all on Sport News this evening. I am Joel Ogbue.
With the sports stories, we end this edition of News Express on Adamimogo 107.7 FM, Ido-Ekiti. Before we go, the highlight again. We told you that President Bola Tinubu has today appointed Aisha Garba, a renowned international development scientist, as the new Executive Secretary of the Universal Basic Education Commission, UBEC. We also brought to you that the bill seeking to prohibit the use of foreign currency in Nigeria has scaled the first reading in the House of Senate. Finally, we told you that Ekiti State Governor Mr. Abiodun Yebanji has told workers in the state to thank President Bola Tinubu for enabling the state to pay the new minimum wage to its workforce. And that's News Express this evening on Adamimogo 107.7 FM, Olojudo's Palace, Ido-Ekiti. On behalf of a production crew, my name is